Science has figured out black holes, DNA, and how to land robots on Mars. We can split the atom, edit genes, and send messages around the world at the speed of light. But there are still things that make scientists scratch their heads, throw their hands up, and say, "We have no idea." Here are some of the craziest mysteries science still cannot explain. First, why do we sleep? You spend 1/3 of your life asleep. If you live to 90, that is 30 years unconscious. 30 years with your eyes closed, dreaming, defenseless. And we still do not fully know why. Yes, sleep helps your brain clean out toxins. While you sleep, your brain's cells actually shrink a little, and fluid washes through to flush out waste, like a dishwasher for your mind. Yes, it helps store memories. Your brain replays the day and decides what to keep. Yes, your body repairs muscle and releases growth hormone. But here is the problem. Plenty of animals get by with almost no sleep. Some birds sleep while flying. Some dolphins shut down half their brain at a time so they can keep swimming. Bullfrogs never truly sleep at all. So why did humans evolve to be totally helpless for 8 hours a day? In the wild, that is when a predator could eat you. If we did not need it, evolution should have gotten rid of it. But it did not. Some scientists think sleep might help us conserve energy or avoid being active at night when we cannot see well. Others think it helps us fight off parasites. But the truth is, no one can fully explain why we cannot just stay awake forever. We know what happens if you do not sleep. After 3 days, you hallucinate. After 11 days, you might die. But we do not know why. Second, what is 95% of the universe? Look around. Stars, planets, you, me, your cat, your phone, this planet. All the stuff we can see and touch is called normal matter, baryonic matter, and it only makes up 5% of the universe. 5%. The rest is called dark matter and dark energy, and we have no clue what they are. Dark matter holds galaxies together like invisible glue. We know it is there because of gravity. Galaxies spin so fast that all the stars should fly apart like a merry-go-round that is spinning too fast. But they do not. Something we cannot see is adding extra gravity, holding them together. Whatever it is, there is 5 times more of it than normal matter. But it does not reflect light. It does not absorb light. It does not emit light. It is totally invisible. We have built giant detectors underground to try to catch a piece of it. Nothing. Dark energy is even weirder. In 1998, scientists found that the universe is not just expanding. It is expanding faster and faster. Something is pushing everything apart, working against gravity. We called it dark energy. It makes up 68% of the universe. Dark matter is 27%. That means everything you have ever seen or touched is just 5% of reality. The other 95% is a mystery. So the next time someone says we understand the universe, remember that we are in the dark about 95% of it. Third, how does a bicycle work? Seriously, you learned to ride one when you were a kid, maybe 5 years old. You can do it without thinking. But ask a physicist to explain why a bike stays up and things get messy. For 100 years we thought it was simple. The gyroscopic effect of the spinning wheels keeps it stable, like a spinning top. But then scientists at Cornell and Delft built bikes with counter-rotating wheels that cancel out the gyro force, and they still stay up. So it is not that. Then we thought it was the trail, the way the front wheel sits behind the steering axis. That makes the bike self-correct. But they built bikes with no trail, and even negative trail, and those stay up too. The truth is, bikes stay up because of a crazy mix of things. Steering, weight distribution, speed, and tiny micro-corrections you make without thinking. When the bike starts to lean left, you automatically turn the handlebars left, which moves the wheels back under you. You do this dozens of times per minute. We can describe it with complicated math. We can build robots that ride bikes. But we cannot point to one single reason. No one has a simple, complete explanation. You can ride it, but science cannot fully explain it. And that is kind of beautiful. Fourth, why does ice float? This sounds simple, but it breaks the rules of the universe. Almost everything gets denser when it freezes. It shrinks and sinks. Hot air rises, cold air sinks. Molten metal sinks in its own liquid. But water is backwards. When water freezes into ice, it expands by about 9%. That is why your water bottle cracks in the freezer. That is why ice cubes float in your drink. And because ice is less dense than water, it floats. If ice sank, lakes would freeze from the bottom up. The sun could never melt all the ice. Fish would die. Oceans would turn to solid ice from the bottom. Life on Earth might never have started. So why is water the rebel? It comes down to hydrogen bonds and the weird V-shape of water molecules. When water is liquid, the molecules are jumbled and close together. When it freezes, they line up into a crystal, a hexagon shape that takes up more space. It is like stacking chairs versus throwing them in a pile. The stacked chairs take up more room. But why water evolved this exact quirk, and why it is one of the only substances in the universe that does it, is still a mystery. Silicon and a few other elements do it too, but water is the most important one for life. Without that quirk, you would not be here. Fifth, what is consciousness? You are aware right now. You can hear my voice in your head. You can feel your feet on the floor. You can feel yourself breathing. You know you exist. You have a little voice talking in your head. You have feelings, memories, and a sense of self. But what is that? Scientists can scan your brain with an MRI. They can see which neurons fire when you see the color red, or when you feel happy, or when you remember your first bike. They can even predict what number you are thinking of by watching your brain activity. But no one can explain how a bunch of electrical signals and chemicals creates the feeling of being you. This is called the hard problem of consciousness. We can map the brain like a computer. We can explain how the eyes send signals to the visual cortex. We can explain how the brain stores data. But we do not know why any of that feels like something. Why does it feel like red looks red? Why does pain hurt? Why is there a you in there instead of just a robot processing data? A computer can play chess better than any human, but it does not feel proud when it wins. It does not feel sad when it loses. You do. Some scientists think consciousness is just a byproduct of complexity. Get enough neurons together and boom, awareness happens. Others think it might be fundamental, like space and time and gravity, a basic property of the universe. Some even think the universe might be conscious in some way. We have no idea. And it is the biggest question in science. It is the only question we cannot study. But wait, there is more. Sixth, why is there more matter than antimatter? At the Big Bang, the universe should have made equal amounts of matter and antimatter. They are opposites. When they meet, they destroy each other in a flash of energy. So the universe should have ended 1 second after it started. Everything should have canceled out. But it did not. For every billion particles of antimatter, there were 1,000,000,001 particles of matter. That one extra particle survived, and every star, planet, and person is made from those leftover particles. We are the leftovers. But why was there more matter? What tipped the balance? Physics says it should be 50-50, but it was not, and we do not know why. If we did, we would understand why anything exists at all. Why do we die? Not why do we get old, but why is death programmed in? Your cells can copy themselves almost perfectly, but every time they divide, the little caps on the ends of your DNA, called telomeres, get shorter. Eventually, they get too short, and the cell stops dividing. That is aging. But why did we evolve that way? Some animals barely age. Some lobsters, some turtles, and a jellyfish called Turritopsis dohrnii can reverse aging. That jellyfish can go back to being a baby when it is stressed. It is biologically immortal. So why did humans evolve to fall apart after 80 years? Some think it is to make room for new generations, but evolution does not plan ahead. So why are we programmed to die? We do not know. So the next time someone says science has all the answers, remember this: we do not know why we sleep. We do not know what most of the universe is made of. We cannot fully explain a bicycle. We are still confused by ice cubes. We have no clue why you are aware right now. We do not know why anything exists instead of nothing. We do not know what happened before time started, and we do not know why we are programmed to die. Science is amazing. It has given us medicine, computers, and a view of galaxies 13 billion light-years away. But the universe is still way, way weirder than we can imagine, and that is what makes it fun to explore. Because the biggest discoveries are still out there, waiting for someone to ask the right question.